And advancing your horse's this is advanced horsemanship, flying lead change stuff, this is advanced dressage. But it's all about developing the hind end so that the hind end and the shoulder goes in at the same speed, keeps going, and you're able to lift that shoulder and the hind end pushes back out.
So it's just that.
You're learning how to control that shoulder more with your hands, and we're going to keep talking about that and working on that today. Light suppling. You're learning that today. I may add that.
You said it yesterday, and
I did. Just keep pushing them into the corner. Because this is, if you look at the worn path in the dressage arena, you see that we stay right with the corners. Most instructors, how many? You're here with the horse.
And that's what I thought you meant not to do.
So that's fine if your horse can canter a nice 20-meter circle or 10-meter circle in balance and be straight. No horse should be rounding corners until you're in upper level, because you have to do it correctly. Because guess what happens if this is what develops that. Guess what happens if your horse isn't built to handle turns at the canter, and you can't just start at the canter. What happens?
Drop the shoulder and become unbalanced.
Yep.
And then we do.
Yeah, or we try to overcompensate and go this way. So, can you see how great this is?
Yeah, I love it.
Forward, forward, lift and turn, and work that inside hind leg. So the inside hind leg for a horse is the leg that captures the weight. The outside is the leg that they push off on. So if I'm doing a canter, or even a trot or a walk, because this is our lunge. This is part of our lunge work, the close work that we do that we're not doing in this clinic because I can't do everything. It's all about strengthening that inside hind leg and the outside so the horse it's all stretching. Everything's about stretching and lengthening to build that strength, which will build balance. Does that make sense? So the more the horse can stretch, the more power you put into this going deep into the corner, you also have to have the ability to lift that shoulder. So the horse goes deep into the corner. It's my hind end. Here's my shoulder. Deep, deep, deep. You push. When you get really good, you know which foot. You push. They have to lengthen. Right now, I've just squeezed my butt. This is what's going on in the horse's body. I'm really using my outside leg to push, my inside leg to carry the weight because you're telling them to get off their shoulder. So it's all about the hind end. This is what creates collected canters. This is part of your collected canter work. And it's part of teaching your horse to use their body correctly and be able to go straight on a circle. Straight on a circle at a canter. That means not this. That means they're underneath themselves. Smoky Legends. Not fit for it, but even with Smokey's arthritis in his front knees, I'll just show you something for your visual eyes to see the ass on this horse. It's important. Smoke. Come. So Smokey's not been in school for 2 years. He's got horrific arthritis in his front knees, but because he can move so well and collected, look at his butt. So he's 19, I no longer can work with him, but look at how well he's maintained his muscling because he knows how to carry himself correctly. So come. So if he can, he will show you what a beautiful collected canter should look like. Come. 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 Doesn't get much better than that. But did you see my Baroque body? So he went here and I came back as a rider, because I developed this first on the ground before I rode it. And he goes, yes, so that he got off of his legs. It should all happen from back here anyway. But did you see how he collected himself naturally? So we develop them to the best of our ability on the ground and through the lunge. That's self-carriage. So we're not in their mouth. So if I want to go bridleless, I can. So yeah, contact. Contact's important, believe me, but not the way it's being taught. But a lot of good reiners, they'll teach you right. Not a lot of good dressage trainers, trust me, or instructors. Thank you, love you. He lives to be included. He was a part of yesterday. He was obnoxious. I love you. You are the master. You are the master. I love you. Yeah, so he has this bone, he had bone spurs from his osteoarthritis that the body tried to reabsorb, and it's now calcified into this big bone mass, so he can't bend. And he's in a lot of pain all the time. So I don't know how long you're gonna live, buddy. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
But it'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't go there.
I know.
Let's go.
Okay. Don't think about it. Exactly. Okay. So I want to show you guys this because I think this is horrible. I'm going to pass it around. Whoever's got their pamphlet, take a look at this. And we're going to be in rider biomechanics. So I think this is yours, love. Why don't you just take a look at that? It's the second sheet back there. Why don't you look at this rider? Now, I appreciate this. This is their article. I appreciate what they're trying to show, but the rider's position is not correct in any way. She's behind the movement. Do you see how she's leaning? She's behind. What, hun?
I know who they are.
Behind the movement. Does that just makes sense, doesn't it? And the leg is too short. So it's interesting with reiners, they always have a long leg, don't they? And a loose foot. And professional, like the dressage riders that do FEI and Grand Prix and go to the Olympics, they all have a long leg too. So why do all of our normal standard instructors make us jack up our legs? And guess what else I don't teach? I don't teach the rising trot. What's the history of the rising trot? Do you ever see a reiner post, a professional reiner or a professional dressage rider post? Never. So the history of the rising trot was because y'all suck as riders and they all suck as teachers. Because they don't teach you, and it's all because you're not being taught right. It's not because you really do suck. It's because you're not being taught correctly how to sit the movement, and the horses are not being developed correctly to give you a smooth movement. So it's not just your fault. It's not your fault at all. It's not just your trainer's, it is. It's everybody's fault. The horses have to be developed too. I can't sit a stiff horse. I can't sit on a horse that's resistant and tight and hollowed out. I'm going to bounce and lose my balance just like you. So why do we trot? Because we can't sit the trot and the horse is hollow. Bottom line. Now, I will do rising trot in my dressage saddle when I need to help the horse, like Lovey. We need to get back into that so that I can help her, because the rising trot is phenomenal as a training tool. Phenomenal for the horse, because I can actually push her through my rise into a bigger trot and lengthen her trot so I can work on the passage and do my half halts, and I can work on that. So the rising trot to me really has just one purpose, and it's to further develop the horse. But when I teach you how to sit the trot all the way up to the big trot, you will learn how to sit that. Eventually you'll be able to sit everything without a saddle, if you so choose, the challenge.
I'll take it.
It's amazing. All right. You guys ready? Let's get going. It's 10 o'clock. Let's go get our horses. I'm not going to read all this. Let's just go get our horses. You guys can take this home. It'll reverberate. I'm talking enough about it. My boo. He would have been a great trick horse.
Forget your sense.
I know, booby. He self-taught his bow. He self-taught his bow. He just started pawing for carrots and stuff like that, and treats, because they always get treats. They just don't get them during the work. And he just started pawing. And I squatted down, and he bowed. Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah. All right, handsome. Come on. Okay, ladies, we're going to meet you down under the tent. The auditors. We're going to go get our ponies.
Did you tell them they had to bring all these chairs down?
Yeah, you have to lug all this down. That is the comedic over there. Miss Lisa. Oh, and you are Tracy?
I'm Trish.
Trish, okay.